Aloha, and welcome to Mai's Table, where you find God in gourmet. I'm Miley Andrus-Price, and welcome to not my kitchen today, but my friend's kitchen, Mary. I flew up here so that her talented son and another Hanai son or adopted son can help me with these videos. I'm so excited today. We're making linguini with clam sauce. Yum! So it's a super simple recipe, and I am gonna just start. We start with 2 blocks of butter, which I already have melted in the side. And then we have 2 cans of clam juice that goes in with the sauce as well, and lemon juice. And I like to use some lemon zest because I believe that we should use everything that we have, and just adding a little bit of the lemon zest not only makes it a little bit fresher and tangier, but it's less wasteful, and I like doing that. So I'm just gonna throw in the pasta now, and we have gluten-free because Mary likes gluten-free stuff. You can use regular pasta, and I'm just gonna throw that in. Okay, so we threw the pasta in. You're gonna cook it for 9 to 11 minutes. If you like it al dente, then you go for the 9 minutes. And then once it's cooked, you're gonna wanna empty it out and strain it. But the important thing is that you keep about a cup worth of pasta water so that you can help the noodles stay separated and nice and smooth. Okay, also in the ingredients is I like to use fresh rosemary. That smells so good. And then I also use a bulb of garlic. And honestly, I usually use a bigger bulb of garlic, but you want to peel it and you want to mince it. And I'll show you, we're gonna throw it all in a minute. All right, so we're gonna dump the pasta out in a nice strainer, and we've already took a cup of the pasta water out, so we're good there. So now we have the butter melted, and I like to take fresh basil, and sometimes you kind of have like a stump or a harder part to it. This is really nice and soft. So I'm just gonna actually break this up like this because it's soft. If you have the hard part that's really fibrous, you don't want it in there. But what you could do, what sometimes I do, is I just throw it in there, and the hard part I will take out. But you need to remember to take that out. So I'm only gonna put one little hard part of the rosemary, and you just wanna let it, oh, it's bubbling, it looks so yummy. You just wanna simmer it. And I have to admit that I don't normally measure. So you saw how much I got. I'm gonna add all of this rosemary in here because it adds such a wonderful flavor. And of course you want to save some to garnish. You always want to garnish your meals because we eat first with our eyes before we eat with our stomachs and our mouths. And aesthetically beautiful things just makes the food taste so much better. And it's fun, and it's colorful, and it just adds to the joy of eating. So I'm now going to add the 2 cans of clams, and you put in all of the juice, and you do want to get, I need to get a spoon, you do want to get everything out of here to put it all in there, because waste not, want not, and I will put that there. My grandma grew up super poor, and I learned a lot from her. She taught me to be frugal and to use everything you have. So sometimes if I'm doing a recipe and I don't have the ingredients, then I improvise, and sometimes it comes out even better. It's so fun. Okay, so we have that, and then we have all of this luscious garlic. Yum, yum, yum. So if you're not like a huge garlic fan, then you don't have to put as much in. But I am a huge garlic fan. It has a lot of health qualities to boost your immunity. So I put it in there. And then I'm gonna put in half a squeezed lemon, juice of half a squeezed lemon. And then in honor of my friend Mary, I don't normally add wine to my sauce, but I'm gonna add half a cup of white wine, and Mary says this is a good white wine. And it smells good. And so I'm just gonna, this is about half a cup. There you go. And then I'm just gonna let this simmer for the smallest amount of time, maybe 5 minutes max, just so that the garlic softens. You don't wanna chomp into a hard piece of garlic, and it just helps it blend a little bit easier. All right, so now comes the time. I don't pour this whole thing over because sometimes you get 12 ounces of pasta and sometimes you get a pound. So I just make it so that it is nice and smooth and that the noodles are easy to serve. And then I put the rest on the side, and then your guests can put more on if they would like. And then here comes the garnishing part, right? This just adds color. It adds flavor too. Flat leaf parsley is best, but I didn't have that, so we're using cilantro. And then here is that coarse stem that you want to discard. You don't want your guests to eat that fibrous thing. And then this is some beautiful Parmesan cheese. And I think it's so much fun if you do it like this, especially if your guests are watching and you're about to serve it, and you do it right in front of them, and they see the cheese and it's melting and it's like, wow, it looks so good. And then I add just a little bit of color. You don't need a lot, just a lot. And like, look at that. And then you just serve it up like that. And then if you know, for some reason, if it's been sitting a while, like if your guests show up late and it's been sitting a while and it gets stuck together, that's when you use just a little bit of the pasta water. Don't put in the whole cup. You can just do a little at a time. The beauty is that you have a whole cup if you need it, and if you don't, you just use what you need. And there you have it.